I'm not a great candidate for ICE. I'm pretty vocal about how I feel about them and how I feel about the Trump administration. I have my own page on antifawatch.com. I feel like I'm a less than ideal recruit, but I am also a veteran. I went to Afghanistan twice with the 82nd Airborne Division, and a skills-based resume at first glance looks plausible. So I took a skills-based resume to this hiring event. I handed it in. I did an interview. It took all of 6 minutes. They didn't ask me very much, basically just basic information, name, date of birth, military status, all that stuff. And then I went home expecting to never hear from them again. I was so wasn't looking really, so I missed the tentative offer letter that came in a few days later. It sunk to the bottom of my inbox. The tentative offer letter said that I needed to accept within 48 hours. It had some paperwork I needed to fill out, including an affidavit that said I had never committed a domestic violence crime, background check information paperwork, stuff like that. Didn't fill it out. And yet, a couple weeks later, I get an email from LabCorp saying ICE would like you to take a drug test, which was unfortunate because cannabis is legal in New York City and I'd partaken 6 days before, but you know, why not? I went in, I took my test, and I waited. And I know they're supposed to call you if you fail. And after about 9 days, I was curious. So I logged into the ICE hiring portal, and what I saw, and what you can see on Twitter or Blue Sky right now, is that not only was my drug test apparently not an issue, but I apparently had a final offer. It said that I had accepted the final offer. I had an onboarding date of September 30th, which is 3 days before I was looking at this, and a nice little sign that said, "Welcome to ICE."
For a lot of people watching, whether you tested positive for marijuana, that doesn't feel like the egregious oversight. Is there more that should have gotten you rejected?
Yeah, definitely not. That's not the problem. It was the catalyst for me checking. The problem, again, is that if you type my name into a computer, you will immediately find that I am very vocal about how I feel about ICE, how I feel about Trump. I've written articles with titles like "What I Saw in LA Wasn't an Insurrection, It Was a Police Riot." I am simply not what they are looking for. If I was applying for McDonald's, I feel like they would look at my social media, and if all I was saying was "I hate McDonald's," I feel like they wouldn't hire me. If I was going on a Tinder date, I think I would type someone's name in, and if they said things that were against me personally, I don't know if I would go on a date with them. And I feel like the average person going on a Tinder date does more research than ICE did on me. Also, we've been hearing a lot about how anybody that resists ICE or thinks that they're not doing a good job or films them or talks back to them, or in fact, even the media who encourages this kind of behavior, they have called that domestic terrorism. So is it domestic terrorism or are we good recruits for ICE? Because it can't be both. It can be neither, but it can't be both.